Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Comics Della Morte, episode 100. Hell yeah.
100. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about, Ronnie.
It took, exactly. We've been here almost 2 years, well, more than 2 years.
Yeah.
Yep. And 100 episodes. I mean, we could have got here faster, but, life happens. But we are appreciative of all the guests, all of the fans that we have grown since I've done this channel. I went from 30 people to 162. It's not a lot, but those people are dedicated to watch me and Jason just shoot the breeze and talk about horror. So before we get into videos and appreciation, we got some people in the chats, which got Gary. What's up, buddy?
Gary, what's up, man? How's it
My
going?
sister Kathleen.
Dinosaurs versus Mars bots. 79 is got to be cooking up sometime soon. Pops, what's up, man? Rudy,
got my brother
Kathleen.
Rick.
Thanks, y'all.
Got Pops. What's up? What's up? So before we go into the appreciation, Jason has been busy, so I'm gonna let my buddy and my co-host talk about what's been going on.
We all been busy, but okay. Here's what I got. Fallbreaker Studios is an official business in the state of Maine now.
Awesome.
I got all my papers. I am cooking up a sticker run. I'm cooking up a couple of trading card packs because even though I swore I wouldn't do them, I really do. I got a lot of art I want to do something with. And I feel like this might be a good way to do it. But, and of course, there's comics coming. Of course, they're scary as hell. And of course, what are my options, Ronnie? Absolutely. So, I don't know. Stay tuned. Fallbreaker Studios, Instagram, Fallbreaker Studios, TikTok, if you want to know more about the gears that made the machine move. So I don't know. Check me out. I got a lot of interesting stuff that I'm going to start sharing and saying. So stay tuned.
Ronnie, and I have your coffee account and all the other stuff down below.
Yeah, man.
But I'm gonna update more stuff because I know the videos that were shown. I want to go after the show's live and promote their stuff in the comments. I mean, in the description as well.
Yeah,
but
we had so many people do videos. Super grateful. It's pretty sweet. This is honestly what me and Ronnie, and I've probably said this before, but this is what we would be doing whether we were doing it on YouTube or not, because
exactly,
we enjoy a lot of the same stuff. We're always creating. We live in real life still, so Ronnie and I talk a lot through, over time when we're not on YouTube. Even if we're not on one week, if I get busy or if Ronnie get busy or if one of us ain't feeling good, we still are in contact with each other. And that's why it's episode 100 is pretty epic. But at the same time, I think all the things that you and I have gone through since 2020.
Oh yeah, friendship grown and everything.
Yeah, we started doing this during the lockdown portion of the pandemic. I still remember where I was when you and me and Ogre had that first phone call.
Yeah.
And it was fun, and it was fun at first, man, but once we hit Uzumaki,
it changed a lot.
That was the one. I remember we were doing the pulp book. We did the pulp book at first. And that's cool because I love that old artwork. I love how the stories were written. I love that is of all comic books, that's the foundation. Those pulp horror stories, that's where all of it started. There's names and there's superheroes, but horror has a place in comics because horror has always had a place in comics.
Exactly.
And, you know, for us to be able to not only throw our 2 cents in on our observing it, but also like talking about the instrument arrangements as creators, what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it. And once we hit Uzumaki, I felt like that was kind of when we were like, okay, like there's, or maybe it just was for me because this was like
No,
back then, like, horror
no,
was
most
very
definitely,
new for
most
me.
definitely.
But like just talking about like reading something, I don't like. I know that we reviewed other books, and I know that we reviewed books from other creators that we dig. Like we had already done the Russ Leach book by then, but I gotta say, Uzumaki was the first book that it was hard to hide my excitement over, and
Yeah.
it was hard to not. It was hard to read Uzumaki and not want to dive into making horror myself. And so like I read that book as we were doing the show. And at first it was just kind of like, oh, I'll read it when I have time. But then once I realized how much I enjoyed it, I was like, I want to share how I feel about this book while it's fresh. Like I want to share what I feel about this book and it be fresh in my mind, not reading back over it and reviewing it and giving you the polished answer. And I think that kind of just became my delivery style over the past few
Basically,
years.
a Uzumaki for you was basically like a kid waking up early in the morning on Saturday with a bowl of cereal, waiting for his favorite show to come out. That's the best example to give it.
I'm looking at my bookshelf right now. Like I own like Junji Ito books.
Yeah.
When I go to the library now, I check out Junji Ito books that I haven't bought yet. And then like
And I work in retail, so when I see a teenager wear artwork, I'm like, that's not Uzumaki, but I know that style from anywhere.
Yep. It definitely is. So like definitely part of how I tell stories is credited through this show. You know, right after Uzumaki was Dinosaurs versus Mars Bots, right?
Yeah.
That was, and like, what can we say about that? Like, I really feel like we got in. I don't want to say on the ground level, but I do feel like we talked about it the best. If I do say so myself, because
and a lot of people in the videos do say that. So,
it was just something we like we got to know Gary. Like Gary, man, like you are also like one of those people who have shaped how I tell stories. I can't speak for Ronnie, but I'm sure that like because we all talk, so I'm sure that Ronnie feels the same way that I do, or a similar way. But it was just like it was fun to be able to read something that we liked as much as we liked Uzumaki. But it was what was also awesome about it was like this is Gary Hodges. Like, Gary Hodges is just a cool dude from Arizona that we can like reach out and chat with. And it became a situation of it was the first time where I felt like, okay, there's good storytellers that are accessible, which also in turns, and maybe it was like me, maybe my head is too big, but I was like, if I'm in this close proximity to people who are this good at what they do, maybe I can like, maybe that's why I'm here too. Like I'm iron for them too, and I'm not there yet, but good grief, man, I've grown by leaps and bounds. So reviewing comics has made me a better creator. And I think the big message on the work side of 100 episodes of De La Muerte. I probably talked way too much, Ronnie. I'm really sorry, but like,
No, it's all right, buddy. You
we
haven't been here
it's
for
been
a
a
while, and you
while.
need
Oh
yeah.
man, it's been a while, and I really love this show. We grew this show, so like
Yeah.
we don't have a quadrillion viewers, but I feel good about what we do because I feel like we've always been honest about what we were reading. And I feel
Yeah.
like we've always been able to be honest with our show. And I feel that the honesty and the raw truth is some weeks y'all just don't see me. And it's not that I have better to do. It's just sometimes there's other things. And that's real. So I never don't want to be around. But so sometimes I'm not, y'all. I'm a very so that's just kind of, but I'm very much looking forward to continuing to be on here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I always appreciate it. And like you were saying, even though you're not here, we're still talking. Even though if I'm the show with a guest by myself, me and Jason are still talking, still talking about all that. Oh, he kicked out. Wait for him to come back. But while he's coming back, there he is. Yeah. But yeah, me and Jason, we talk all the time, especially and with Gary too, in a private Facebook chat. But yeah, it's just anyone who hasn't yet, go out and read the next chapter of A Vengeful Heart. Just I have grown so much in my writing and my artwork, where you could look at, and it's not me, where people say, and I know Gary says it a lot, that it just seems like each chapter my work is getting better, and I feel that is too.
There's really no other reason to do it. Like
Mm-hmm.
whether that means your artwork is improving or your storytelling is improving, whatever it is, like if you something should be getting better every time you do it, and it definitely
and
shows
I'm up to
in your work,
like 20 something pages, and I know it's going to be a graphic novel.
Yeah,
100%.
And you're gonna make it's gonna be a physical graphic novel when you're
it's after I'm done, it's going to be a physical graphic novel. Just I feel at first the first issue had to be a big story because you have, yes, the son of the devil, but the main character in the beginning is the mother who got pregnant by the devil and then raised the child. And then you're going to see a flash forward where it's not her perspective of her life's journey, but then you're going to see the son and how he gets to into the 1980s. But but when that gets more, but yes, it's just fun. It's a lot of work, but I love it. And I love that I decided to do comics as a form of creativity. It's just a beautiful thing when you have artwork and writing together. It's perfect harmony with comics. At least I feel like it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's my favorite. It's my favorite medium. It's my favorite medium.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it's very challenging. And
oh yeah, especially if you're doing everything by yourself. But me and you both know that.
Yeah, if you got it in you to do, like, you love it. Like, I 100% believe you love it. And when I was doing the minis with Aaron, he was very. I understood his way, but he was very like, nope, it's you have to do it so much you hate it almost to be good at it. And he didn't really mean it in a negative sense. I knew how he meant it, but it's just not it's not the way that I can create, because I write from like the bottom of my feet, and if I can't enjoy it, it's hard for me to really feel even the dark parts. Like if I'm not enjoying it, then they just kind of don't really come out the right way. So
Yeah.
it's work. And it's like I really hope that more people just take the time and enjoy it. Oh, I guess we're going to our
No, I'm just getting
videos.
I'm just getting it
Yep.
ready. But yeah,
No, it's
man,
all good.
but
But yeah, if you enjoy it,
yeah, I do.
more power to you. But it's not an easy field. Anybody
No,
can do it. So, and that's the cool thing. But the more you do it, the more you want to do it better. And the more you want
yeah.
to do it better, the more of a challenge it becomes. So
Yeah, exactly.
I guess I know I'm up for it because I've been doing it for a while. And it's same as
Right?
you, we've had a lot of obstacles and we've stuck with it. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, let's start getting into this. But everybody, if you can't hear it, let me know. So, but it seems like the audio is up. So, all right.
Nice. Got Scott Circling coming up first.
Hey, fan.
Is it?
On
Oh man, the audio. No.
Congratulations out to both Ronnie with the live stream, and congratulations 100 episodes. Somebody who's been there, I think, now are working on that fourth one, but that hitting that 100 mark of putting something out there is just amazing. And very few people actually get to that point. So congrats that. And really, I of obviously, but also horror. Horror is definitely my favorite genre. However, there's only a small percentage of horror that I actually like, but when it hits, it's the best. It's great to have a live stream like the one you guys put out. Me to new things because I'm
Sorry, people, about the audio.
Because that you've got to do some digging, and you've introduced me to what I was not aware of. So thanks. Keep doing what you're doing, guys, and congratulations once again. Here's 100 episodes. Keep going, guys.
So, were you able to hear any of that?
I heard a little bit of it. I couldn't hear much of it.
Yeah.
Pretty cool that
Yeah,
he
that
took time
sucks.
to do it though. Like,
But
Scott Circling is a pretty awesome dude.
oh yeah, for sure.
He does so much
for Scott.
for
Anybody out there?
Scott
Exactly.
Circling
And he was our
Scott
first guest.
Circling and Marshall Lee. Yeah. Young and the Dead. Like, such a fun book. Like, and not only a good book, but like a homage done right to the 80s. And Young and the Dead. Like, spot on.
Yeah,
book.
Gary, it's saved to my computer. But yeah, I'll just probably have to like make a montage and just post it on the channel so everybody could watch it.
Thanks. Yeah.
Because some of the, like I said, some of them I was able to upload to StreamYard, but some of them I couldn't because the files were too big. But let's get to some of the other ones I could show. But again, Scott Circling, he does so much for the community as a comic book creator and teacher.
Yeah.
And Young of the Dead is just such a great series.
Yeah, he does so much, and also at the same time, like, he makes good comics. And Scott was one of the first people when I knew I was gonna get an iPad and I knew I was gonna start making comics in 2018. Scott Circling had videos that I binge watch. Scott Circlin, Marshall
Yeah.
Lee, videos like from those guys, man. I ate them up, and honestly, I still go back to a lot of those videos when I'm kind of like down in the dumps and trying to like really get my feet back up under me again. But man, it's so cool to have people that were like my YouTube teachers
Mentors.
before I could even get started, like to appreciate what we do and be able to take time and talk with us, and we're all better for each other in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
and there's
exactly.
room for everybody. That's the best part about comics, is there's room for every story, and every story deserves to be told.
Yep.
We get to pick if we want to read it or not.
All right. Next video. And these are directly to StreamYard, so hopefully they don't mess up.
All right. I'm Joshua Kemble. I am an art director, illustrator, graphic designer, and I do a lot of vlogs and comics and stuff like that. And I'm always making graphic novels and working on art. And I also am always listening to Comics de la Muerte with Jason and Ronnie. And I just want to say congratulations, Jason and Ronnie, for reaching episode 100. Your content is valuable, it's valid, it's exciting. It's fun to get like a weekly dose of horror comic discussions, and it's spooky and entertaining, and you guys are very insightful and entertaining, and both good writers and artists in your own right. And so thank you for trudging it out for 100 episodes and providing so much content for artists like me to like listen to while we work. Just imagine, just to celebrate yourselves, imagine how many artists you might have kept company and what work they were working on while listening to Comics de la Muerte. And think about how many lives you have potentially provided content and entertainment for, and possibly inspiration. And then think about all the titles that'll come out next year or the year after that at some point, one of those 100 episodes have had a little piece in either supporting or entertaining or inspiring in the act of creation for those things. So that is me. I mean, you guys are familiar with me. I am very rambly, and so that might have been the most inarticulate way to say congrats, happy 100, but happy 100, and I appreciate you guys, and keep up the good work. 100 episodes, I'll see you at 200, and also, I'm recording this on May the 4th, so May the 4th be with you.
That's awesome.
Very cool. Really cool. That's awesome.
And that's the truth. I mean, there's been a lot of people that come on the show to promote their Kickstarter, and people who just want to come back. Like, it's now at the point people are like messaging me saying, hey, do you have this date open? This person wants to come on your show. This person watches your show. And yeah, it's just great that we could give that type of entertainment where people just want to come back. Exactly.
Yeah, it's an honor. Like what do we do? Like we're all just fans, but that's kind of the cool thing about it. Like that is the writing is relatability feature of what we do, because like Josh was saying, somebody who may not comment, somebody who might just be working on something that's bananas, listening to this show, and that's like it's also connected. That's a really cool way to see it. I really appreciated that. That's awesome. Thank you, Josh. That means a lot.
For sure. All right, now we're gonna get into Team Manicore.
Hey guys, it's Rob and Rowan. Hi. We're just gonna keep rolling. We'll edit it down before we send it. You'll never know it was here.
Congratulations.
Congratulations on 100 episodes.
It's very exciting.
If you ever need someone to come back and talk about the thing for 3 more hours, we can do it again.
If there's one thing we can talk about for a long, long time.
It's the thing.
It's the thing. Wet puppets in general. And a lot of the things you guys talk about have wet puppets. And, you know, creepy comics, which I also make a lot of creepy comic books.
Yeah.
So you're kind of our people, you know? And we appreciate you.
Good job so far. Good luck in the future.
To a next 100. 1,000. 1 million.
1 million.
Very cool. Team Manicore is awesome.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. It's
So
great
there
to
are
see
some of
like
our
a husband and
yes.
wife like teamwork there.
Yep. Yeah. Go check out their Instagram. Like, support those guys. Those guys do great work. And
Pretty soon
yeah.
they're launching their I mean, I got a chance to watch it and review it before it came out into private theaters, but Eve is getting ready to launch. Like, besides making comics and puppets, they directed a indie film, and I really liked the film.
They're awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Check out Team Manicore.
Mhm.
Good people. Some of our multiple time guests. We've had them on a couple of times.
Yeah.
And always a good chat.
Mm-hmm.
Smart
And like
creators.
like they said, always talk about the thing.
We've met so many like smart creators that are like creating cool shit. Like, they have so much cool stuff on their website.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
it just shows you,
like,
as a
guys,
creative
the reach is hard.
person, don't be afraid to reach out in not just one area of creativity, like the comics, the plushies, the indie filming. If you have the time, go out there and do it, you know?
And if you think it's cool, chances are somebody else thinks it's cool. So
Yeah.
find a way to get it in front of people. Like, if you think it's cool, get it in front of people. That's a lesson that I'm trying to also give to myself, because it's the challenge sometimes is to like stand up and like speak up for your stuff the way we speak up for other awesome shit, because it's all awesome. It all counts. Sometimes we make it. Still can be awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And that's for anybody out there who wants to start doing comics or anything artistic. You know, you got to just throw a bunch of stuff at the wall and see what sticks.
You know, put your heart and soul into it. If it's a good idea, be patient with it. Be patient with your good idea. Take your time with it, because it's there. Just keep polishing it.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Now our next video is going to be our good old Gary buddy.
Okay, so then where? The what? No, I mean, I'm not mad, but I just don't understand. If you were just going to dump her in the manhole, why did I spend all that time chopping her up? Well, I understand that. I'm just... Yeah, but what? I mean, you should see what the bathroom looks like. It's a total fucking... Oh. Hey. I didn't see you there. Hey, buddies. I was just ordering pizza, and I see you have a 100th episode coming up. That's pretty exciting. Congratulations. I want to thank you so much for doing what you do and featuring horror comics and indies, people like me and my work, D versus M, and I hope there's 100 more coming. So thank you very much, and congratulations again. Now I should check on this pizza. So anyway, talk to you next time. Take care.
Very nice. I love it.
But yeah, Gary, really great artist, super intelligent guy. Like, this guy literally will draw out a 3D model of a room just so he could do it for reference. you know,
Gary.
like
Gary Hodges is
Gary is our Reed Richards.
I was thinking more Don Rickles, but
Okay, yeah.
sure, we Reed Richards worst.
Mm-hmm.
No, Gary, you are a constant inspiration to my work. I think D versus M is a fantastic story. I can't wait to see the next iteration, which sounds like it's coming soon. So,
oh yeah,
like, check out Dinosaurs versus Mars Bots on Instagram. Find Gary. Check out his book. Get behind his book because it's worth it. Once again, another top star creator.
oh yeah,
I guess
for
top
sure.
star is a thing now. That's our new top rating. That's 10 out of 10. Top star.
Yeah, and I mean the guy's just like I said, he's just dedicated, not with his writing but his art, and it really shows.
Oh shit. Pre-order
Oh,
Saturday for D versus M and the trailer.
that's awesome.
Very cool. Thanks, Gary. So can we schedule the D versus M interview review? Is that something we can get on the books?
Oh yeah, we could do it next week.
It's not time. We can't do it next week.
Yeah.
It's not time yet. We gotta wait for him.
Yeah. But yeah, most definitely. I mean, I miss when when me, you, and Gary would just shoot the breeze on the show. Definitely got to do that again.
Yeah, we gotta get together and do that again. That's always fun.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. So let's see. Oh, got some Gazbot.
All right, I'm Joshua Kemble.
That was not Gazbot.
100. Thank you. Good job. Yeah. Did I franken you? I'm Gazbot, by the way. Good congrats. Good congrats, Comics de la Muerte. No, you can't see. This is scary stuff, not for little children. Not for little children. Congrats. Did I say that? Oh, there's laughter. It's children's laughter, so it's creepy. But there's also... Nah, this is off the rails, but good job, buddies. Well done to the one for you and one for you. Happy.
My shoe.
The horror of the missing shoe.
Nice.
Gaz, his kaiju comics are just really great.
Yeah, he's a super talented dude.
To take kaiju where you think it's just mostly sci-fi, but a way to make it into a horror element. And the guy is just super busy. You know, he's a full-time family man. He does his comic. He has his own review show with Power Rangers because he's a dedicated Power Ranger fan. And yeah, the guy's extremely busy. And another amazing artist that we've gotten on the show, an amazing artist, like out of all the guests that have come on, that I'm glad to say is now our, a friend of ours, friend of the show.
Yeah, friend of the show. Yeah, pretty dope. Yeah, there's been a lot of hard work. I don't think that this has been hard work. Like, I don't think that the show is like, to be like, we get to talk about horror comics, we get to talk about horror movies, we get to talk about, like, we get to talk shop, like, and for me, that's never gonna be hard. Like, that's the easy part. But we're talking about, like, the things that we talk about are hard work. You know what I mean? Like, the things that people are creating that we get to talk with, that's the hard work. Like, you putting out a vengeful heart and, like, keeping a long story going and making it better and better, that's hard work. Like, the pretty pictures are evidence of it, but we know what the rest of that looks like. And so, hey, Josh, man, thanks for stopping in. That's awesome.
What's up, buddy?
But no, this is the most fun show about hard work. And, like, for folks to it's hard for me to take time to read comics sometimes, Ronnie, because I
Mhm.
want to make comics.
Yeah.
But for people to like to take time and like sit down and talk with us and be putting out these like epic projects and like having these inspiring stories and like working through like really hard shit. Like we all like who knows what we have to work through each day, but we all do it. You and I like go to work and then we come home and we work. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
it's like we still do all the other things. Just like we were talking about Gasbot. You know, Gary works, Josh works. Like we all do. Like it's all. This is what we do for love, and it's just a very cool community to be connected to. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I've probably repeated that a bunch, but
No,
I
because some
can't
of the
can't
people that
say
have
it
come on
enough.
our show, some people that came on our show, it's like, hey, I like your show. I want an honest review from you guys. So here's a PDF of my book for free. And I'm like, you don't have to do that, but thank you. You know?
Yeah. Well,
But yeah,
sometimes they do got to do it.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you buy every comic that comes out, like it's tough. So it's nice to be able to be a platform to like big up some of these folks. Like we had with the whole run of zombie books that we had on with
Mhm.
Brandon and Laurie and oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank on the guy, he's from Massachusetts. Oh my goodness. Why can't I think of his name?
Praise.
Yeah, I think so.
Brandon.
Yeah, I know Brandon,
Mhm.
I know Laurie, and then there was another guy, and they did the Zombies live stream. But all three very unique zombie books
Mhm.
from all three. And like zombies at the time like was a genre that I was like, okay, like zombies are zombies. But like because I got to talk to these three folks and their books were all about zombies, but also different, it made me go back and look at some things like also Chris Elston and his wife that came on.
Mhm.
When he mentioned Return of the Living Dead, like that was another like portion of that big zombie feature of horror that I got to expose myself to and not just assume that The Walking Dead is the pinnacle of it because it's been the hottest comic for the longest time and it made it to TV. There's a lot of
Mhm.
other pieces, like there's a lot of other stories to tell. So again, all due to Comics de la Muerte, we get to meet people who have fresh ideas on like these timeless genres.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hey guys, this is your friend Jim Lujan here, and I want to wish Comics della Lana del Rey Marto Merte 100 happy episodes of the most terrifying, scary podcast on scary comics ever. I know I'm mostly from the comedic world, but which you can't tell from this video. So, anyways, I just want to tell you guys congratulations and keep scaring the bejesus out of everybody. Ronnie, Jason, Ricky, Chico, Ringo, Eleanor, all of you guys on that show. Congratulations.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
awesome. Jim's a hard worker too, man.
Amazing
But
animator. Amazing
yeah,
animator.
good stuff, man. Check out his
And
YouTube. Like there's like
yeah.
really good stories on his YouTube.
Yeah.
You got the link
Even
in
the
the
episode with
description to his YouTube.
everyone who's made videos, I'm a post afterwards. But
Nice.
just his lizard people that we watched before he came on the show,
Yep.
really great
So
stuff.
good.
I mean,
Yep.
not
Yeah.
even his
Highly
comedy
recommend.
stuff, like the just take the time to do all this animation, hire all these actors. Like it's a lot of work. It
Yep.
really is.
Yeah, it is. But he does it. I see what you're
Eleanor,
telling. Yeah, big
right?
ups to Eleanor.
But yeah, just again, just I'm really appreciative of all the people we have met throughout these almost 3 years, you know, and just blessed to not just have them as like mentors, but as friends. Because a lot of these people, like you said, you would watch Scott, you would watch Marshall, and now we're having conversations with them
Yeah,
as
well,
friends because like these people were like our
peers. Yeah,
Stan or our peers, our Stan Lees when we wanted to learn how to do this stuff in the beginning. Do. I have one more video.
nice.
Hey, hey, it's yours truly, Gio Braun here, and I want to wish both Ronnie and Jason a happy 100th. Comics de la Muerte is the only way to go. They do great work. I love working with them when we talk, and I love talking about horror because that's my thing. So I look forward to seeing them again for many, many more years to come, and here's to the next 100th. Take care, guys.
Nice.
Another awesome guy.
Yeah.
Like once I get
Dope
everything,
artist.
get everything back together, me and him will get the calendar going again. And props to him because I don't know if it's still in the works, but I know he was talking about taking his horror comic, the vampire one, and doing like a pilot show with it. So I don't know if that's still going, but it's just great to see a lot of our people that's been on the show really growing their careers and just again just really blessed and honored to have these people come on the show and just talk to us like, you know, as fans of the show, where it's like we should be a fan of you guys because of all the stuff that you accomplished.
No, they can be fans of ours too. That's cool.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
So Ronnie, if you had to like put the last 100 episodes in a sentence, what would it be?
Of what it's been like to do this.
Yeah. What are you your perspective on it?
It's been an epic journey.
Is it what you thought it was going to be in the beginning? Is it better? Is it worse?
It's
like, and obviously you would say
it's
better,
100
but for real.
It's been so much better. Like in the beginning, you know, I just thought that me, you, and Ogre would just do comic book reviews. I never thought that it would grow to where we're getting new artists on the show. We're having continuing guests come on and just talking about like, sure, in the beginning we were just doing comics, but now we're doing topics on horror movies. We're doing topics on different horror topics, and I'm just proud of where it's gone. And it's not just like if we didn't have the guests and the audience that we have now, it probably wouldn't be as great because they make it's like how a comic book artist says the reader is the most important thing. Because if you don't have the reader, then how are you gonna, you know, reach an audience? So yeah, the audience is everything. The guests are everything. So again, I'm honored to have all these people we've met in our lives because they have made the channel grow so much. And I'm just so appreciative of it.
And you know what's cool is, like, excuse me. Obviously, we don't have 50 and 60 people on in our live chat as guests, but I kind of value the people who do like stick out our shows because it's people who are doing the same thing that we are. And that means a lot. Like, it means a lot for me to have like people like you, people like Josh, people like Gary, people like Scott that like enjoy our perspective because their perspective is pretty cool too. So it kind of makes me feel like not necessarily like a right or wrong track, but like this is a good spot for me to be in right now. Like, these are people who I like to be around and people whose feedback I value. So I'm so proud over the last 100 episodes. It's like we've done pretty awesome.
Yeah. And, I feel probably there's others out there, but, only around like Halloween time do you see like other shows doing like horror episodes. But there's not a lot of like shows out there that are doing horror comic reviews or horror comic interviews or anything like that on a constant basis, because there's more than just superhero comics out there. And it's great to see because me and you both know there's so many horror indie comic creators out there.
No.
And I'm glad that we got a chance to be like a platform to help promote those people, because a lot of those people have done a lot of great work. Like,
I'll put you on the
like
spot, Ronnie.
like you were saying with Scott, with Lori, all these with Brandon, all these different people all have different zombie comics, and they're all awesome in their own way. And it just shows that the indies are where to go now. Like if people want to learn, how to do comics, or people want to find a way to like want to fall in love with comics, sure, you have like Marvel and DC, but if you want like the horror genre, go to the indies, because that's
Get your
where you're
bucket.
gonna that's where you're gonna fall in love, and that's where you're gonna get your meat and not just your bread. That's what I got to say.
Yep. It's so like your work is so accessible now. Like I think that's the big thing to remember is the indies are the place to be, because this is like, if there's a story that you want to tell and you can take your time and you can scream it from the right rooftops, like you will find your following, and you don't need a gatekeeper. You don't need to worry about any of that. Like if you have a story to tell and you want people to read it, like it's really, like, I don't want to say it's just as simple as, because it is a lot of work, but it can happen because it happens.
Yeah. And I know me and you have our own private Discord. It'll be great if we could do something with that in the future, like trying to find ways for just.
I got something we should do something with, Ronnie. I'm gonna put you on the spot real quick. When are we collaborating? Like, why is this something that hasn't happened in 100 episodes?
I don't know, but we need to do that. We need to do that. We could do it. We could talk about it once we get off here. Hell, there's actually a lot of ideas. Like, besides us, I would have to find a way for someone to help me to do this. But why can't we just do a Comics Della Morte anthology where all of our guests, all of our guests come together?
Forget the guests. Yeah. Forget the guests. Y'all, I'm saying it. Y'all hear me saying it. Forget the guests. I want a Ronnie and Jason collaboration. That's the guest that
we could definitely do that.
Yep, that's what I want.
Hell, me and you could do our own. Me and you could do our own anthology. Like we could each take turns. Yep. One does the artwork and the other one does the writing.
Let's go. I'm down. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Heck yeah! Even if it's a web comic at first, we could definitely talk about it.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm down. We can figure out the logistics of however we want to do it. But I do feel like we should have a story. I feel like we should have a story together for as long as we've done this.
Yeah, and have our logo on the front cover. Heck yeah.
No, I don't care about a logo. I want a story. Yeah. I want us to do a story. That's what I want.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Like we've been on for 50 minutes. Like what? Oh, you know what? You always ask folks about their horror movies. I know you said you saw Scream 6 recently. Mm-hmm. What? I haven't seen that one yet. I've heard good things about it, but have you seen any other horror movies recently that you would highly recommend? Like Scream 6 is something that obviously does seem like everybody's it's on
I
everybody's radar right now.
I know this was last year, this movie, but it was just such a great movie, and that's Smile. Smile is an amazing movie because it's one of those movies where you don't get to see the 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 monster in the beginning, and it's just one of those horror movies where it's psychological and it messes with your head,
Yep.
and you're trying to
I
figure
found
out
it to be just creepy enough. You know what I
where
mean? Like it was
where you,
just the right amount
yeah,
of creepy.
where you don't know what's real and what's not.
Yep. No, for
And
sure. Good
just a
movie.
really good movie. I like Black Phone. Black Phone was really good.
Black Phone was
Just
fun. Yep.
yeah, just looking at horror movies where it's not about all the gore, it's just about having that suspense on where you don't know what's going to happen next.
I was talking to a friend and I loved Black Phone, but we both came to the conclusion that Black Phone would have been fantastic as like a six episode miniseries. Like if they had been able to flesh out the kidnappings a little bit better, but it would have connected us a little bit more to the characters. But love the movie. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was awesome.
But yeah, I mean, there's just like, I know one thing, I'm catching up on horror movies or just watching old horror movies. Like you got all those free streaming services. Tubi is amazing streaming service for anybody that wants to watch horror movies.
Yeah,
Like
Tubi
they got
has a lot of stuff.
They got
and
they got a
free.
bunch of I know they got a bunch of like Full Moon with all the Puppet Master stuff. Just
Yep.
really, really great stuff that they got on there. And you know, sometimes I like to watch a horror movie in the background when I'm doing my artwork.
Yeah. Did you get to see Knock at the Cabin with Batista? It's
No,
an
I
M.
have
Night
not.
Shyamalan movie.
I have not.
All right. Well, you'll have to watch it. I won't say much until you see it, but you should watch it and we should talk about it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I watched it over the weekend.
But yeah. Now Gary and everybody's waiting for that to hear about our collaboration. But yeah, we'll definitely talk about that after the show.
Good. Everybody talk about it. I wanna see it too. I think Ronnie does too.
Oh yeah. I know in the past we talked about it, but we've grown so much with our own stories where I feel confident enough that I could definitely work something with you.
Enough, man.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Yeah. I think that would be fun. I think that would also, I don't know, man. I was thinking we should. We just should. It just seems right.
But yeah.
I will be going to see Evil Dead Rise or watch it when I can because it looks pretty cool. I don't know if you've seen it or not yet.
I have not.
I'm not a fan of the franchise, but it looks from the trailers and from everything that I've seen, it looks pretty cool.
Well, it's like instead of going to the movie theater, I'm gonna go on Hulu and watch Renfield because that looks like a good horror comedy. I mean, come on, Nicolas Cage as Dracula. It looks the trailer looks amazing. You know.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah, like Hulu's got some good horror, like some old stuff. I've watched American Psycho a couple of times on Hulu here recently because that is one of my that's a fun movie for me to keep on in the background, like when I'm really getting into creating because it's a very relatable movie for me. So
yeah, and it's like
Hulu's
lately, you know,
rocking right now.
Like I love listening to music when I'm doing my artwork, and I'm like, you know what? I'm such a big horror fan that now I have like a playlist that I'm just adding. So the whole playlist is just a bunch of music videos that like appeared on this horror movie soundtracks. So you got Killer Clowns from
Nice.
Outer Space. You got Duncan with Dream Warriors from Nightmare on Elm Street. You have the Halloween
Yeah.
song. You have all these different like music videos or songs that are that were popular with a horror movie soundtrack. And yeah, just
Nice.
gotta stay focused, man. Gotta get the inspiration.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
But
Shit, man.
you have anything to add before we close up here? I mean, it's really had fun with
No,
this
yeah.
episode, and I'm just really happy to see everybody like send in the videos and just show their appreciation, and I'm truly honored.
Yeah, thank y'all. Y'all are awesome. Like that's really the long and short of it, man. I value this show. I value all of our guests. I value you as kind of the co-captain of the show. So it's
Mhm.
I think it's time we figure out how to keep. If we're gonna keep doing this, we should figure out how to kick it up a notch. Let's see.
Oh yeah,
Let's
for
see what
sure.
comes next. Let's see what happens starting with episode 101.
Yep. All right. Well, everybody, I hope you all have a great night and a great weekend. See y'all next
Thanks
week.
again, guys. We really appreciate y'all. Have a good night.